After making a switch to defence, Matthew Campbell broke through to not only play some consistent football, but also take home the Sandy Brock medal as the club's best and fairest for the 2017 season. Welcome, Hammer. Probably well worth starting off with last year. You had a pretty reasonable season in 2016, and then you started off really well last year. You kicked 5 against Hollywood West on opening day. What do you think at that point about your football?
Oh, well, being round one after a long pre-season, thought, finally getting a kick. More importantly, got the win. And then, so I thought up from there. And then from onwards after that, we had a few losses and then the season fell off the rails. But at that point of time, I did feel my footy was picking up and then see where the boys could go from there.
Yeah, you mentioned off the rails a little bit. Like, as it transpired, the team started to dip and the scoring power started to wane a little bit. And you were dropped midway through the season. In fact, it was a return game against Hollywood West. You were dropped.
Yeah.
What are you thinking then?
Oh, I thought that I'm the type of player that when all things are going bad, going back to the twos isn't a bad thing for me. That could be a wake-up call. And I knew that the club at that point was struggling. So anyone that could get dropped and then put their head over the ball and do all the right things, I knew I'd get my spot back up in the ones. But from there, I just wanted to play some good footy down in the twos.
It turned out you'd been reassigned as a defender. Freckle put you down back when you came back into the ones.
Yeah.
How did the move come about?
I think it was actually Hutchie that spoke to Freckle about me being the two, saying that he was too good to be playing twos football, maybe swinging down back, because as a forward, you're only going as good as your team's going. So when I went down back, I just thought, this is probably one of the last chances in the team this year. I don't want to slug it out and get bullied every week and go back through the twos. So I thought, go down back, and I feel like when I went down back, it was more of I can lose concentration in a game of football, but I feel like if I have a direct opponent, like Freckle gave me matchups most weeks, so when I had an opponent, I could that's my man. If he beats me, that's on me. My name's on the whiteboard next to his name, so I have to do my job. If he kicks 3 or 4, that's on me. So I kind of could contract the whole game.
From there, you went and stopped the best forwards in the NFL, like the Cruceratus types from last year, Banyul. You finally found your footy niche, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt like more confidence. Obviously, when we had some blowouts, the ball being down there a lot, helped the backman. But I felt like we had a back six that was a kind of a team inside of a team. They welcomed me well down back. I could play my game. I went down back, but I was still playing as a forward because I was still rolling the ball. I knew where the forward wanted to go, playing most of my junior career down forward. But I could just play with confidence because my job wasn't to kick goals. My job was to win the ball, get the ball to the boundary line and do my job for the team.
And Joshy spoke about that last week as well. He's been in the defence for years with the likes of Causey and Chrissy Douglas and Tommy Dayton and those kinds of blokes. You really fit in really well down there, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt like they welcomed me straight away from the get-go. It wasn't like they were yelling at me most week. Yeah, there was constructive feedback coming my way, but it was never negative, because the worst thing I wanted to go down back and then suddenly get everyone yelling at me. I didn't know I'd get lost. But I have played a bit of backline in my career, but I generally just wanted, once I felt at home down there, I could play confident football, and that really excelled.
Yeah, and then you finished the year off really well, and let's go to the best and fairest night now.
Yeah.
Most around the club I spoke to before, and the Golidges, the AJs, the Limos, whatnot, the blokes I spoke to beforehand, they thought you were a genuine dark horse to win the Sandy Brock medal. Did you actually think you were a chance on the night?
Oh, well, I didn't actually attend the vote night the first night to get the vote count and see where round 11 was. I was just here to support the club, put some money over the bar, have a good night, everyone wants to win a BNF because that night the season's done, there's nothing left for the season, you just want to come, spend with the boys. I generally didn't think I'd have a chance. I knew I'd get a poll a few votes late with a few good games down back, but after playing only one good game in the first 10, I thought I was no chance.
And then come the last round, the second last vote pretty much, it was you and Joshy tied on 40.
Yeah.
You got 4 votes, and then it turned out you end up winning the Sandy Brock medal. It's quite a popular win.
Yeah.
How does that sit with you?
Oh, it's pretty special that because I've played a lot of good football in my junior career coming to scenes, but I haven't really taken the next step in scene. I've kind of dawdled around, getting in the best one week, doing my job for the team, getting a few wins with the team, but I never ever found consistent football, which I felt going down back could find my consistency, because you have to be consistent down back, because end of the day, if you're not kicking goals down forward, you might get the extra game down forward, maybe kick 5 on your last chance, but down back, if you get goals kicked on you, you can really put your team in a strife.
Yeah. Let's move on to this year a bit. Pre-season, the mindset shifted now. You spoke to me quite a bit beforehand on social media, and you wanted to be a leader of the club, didn't you?
Yeah, well, being a BNF when I'm playing with that confidence, it's seeing all these new faces, seeing the 19s come in such a great club, you need that boost. Having an extra 20 blokes on the track really helps. Seeing everyone in November slugging it out, it's no more this coming in January time. You got to be, if you're in November, you build that team together. You basically, your flag's won in November. If you don't win it during the season, you win it in November. You get all them boys up early running, you're going to have a good season.
Yeah. And how happy are you with the start of the season? You've been very good so far, and even last week you were telling me that South Marine players were going up to you and saying you're probably the best player at the club now.
Yeah, I feel like that BNF win, in a poor year and stuff like that, I feel like this year I've got to go to the next level and be consistent, and it's not about individual, it's not about that kind of stuff, but if everyone beats their man individually and wants to improve individually, that's going to benefit the team. We all want to win a flag, but in the day, everyone wants it, every team wants it, no one goes, the Hideaway West, the South Marine, they're not sitting back going, yeah, we'll play football, but in the day, we don't train 2 nights a week and play on Saturdays to have a good effort. You don't get points for trying, you want to win the flag. End of the day, everyone puts on this Mernda jersey, you're here to win the flag and give back to those like yourself, the president, all the great committee members that you want to put their time and effort behind the scenes to get us out on the field. There's no point staying around in Div 3 forever, we're better than that.
That kind of answers my last question, but I'll still ask it anyway. What's next for you in your football for club?
I love this club. Like over the off season, had plenty of people. A few clubs approached me, had other players saying, where are you going to be? My heart was always at Melbourne, down at Mernda. It's a great club, and this is the kind of club I want my kids to play at, my kids' kids to play at. It's such beautiful people around, and I feel like if I stay around, keep that vibe up, keep all the boys together, do my thing for the club, which everyone should be doing, we can go places.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely glorious chat, and the changing mindset from when you got here to now, it's just been amazing to watch. Thanks, Hammer.
Thanks, mate.